we've been talking about the Lord's Prayer, and we're doing it in the sanctuary. It's easier for me. And what we've been dealing with is Our Father who art in heaven. Another day we talked about Our Father, and we talked about getting personal with God because we're in the family of God, and He's our Father. So today what I want to do is something a little deeper, okay? Our Father who art in, are you ready? And I love this. This is so cool. Heaven. Now, I don't know if you've ever noticed this about the Lord's Prayer, but it says, Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name, thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Heaven is mentioned twice in the Lord's Prayer. Now, why does Jesus mention heaven so powerfully twice in the Lord's Prayer in such a short little prayer? Well, the point is this, that what happens is this, the place makes a major difference. See, when you can brag about your place, or your place shows your authority, or your place shows the significance of you. Well, our Father who art in heaven. In other words, back in Jesus' time, and even today it counts, except a lot of skeptics would disagree with me. If you are in control of heaven, you're in control of the universe. The place makes a difference. And the Bible doesn't teach a lot about heaven, but we know it's going to be streets of gold and all this stuff, and He's going to drive tears away and all this, and it's eternal and so forth. But God, Father God, is in control of heaven. And the place. So somebody says to me, okay, so the place is heaven. So why would Jesus put that right at the beginning of His prayer? Because what you do is when you start to recognize who God is, where God is, and what God is, then all of a sudden you can start to have faith in God. And what Jesus wants you to do is not only recognize He's your Father and you're in the family, but He wants you to recognize the authority, the power, the majesty He has. Illustration. If I said, I live in the White House and I'm in charge of the White House, you probably would say, well, you must be the President of the United States of America. If I say, I live in Buckingham Palace and I'm in charge of Buckingham and Buckingham Palace is mine, you would say, well, you must be the King of England. Well, here's the great part. Buckingham Palace and the White House has nothing on heaven. So today when you pray, not only be personal, our Father, but recognize you're talking to the King of Kings, the Lord of Lords, the God of all gods. There is no other God. And He is in control of just not only your life and the earth, but the entire universe. And let that swell your faith up so when you pray to Him, you can ask and you will receive. Have a great day. See you in a couple days.